A Connecticut Yankee in King Arthur's Court by Mark Twain. Chapter 21 C. Just here was the wayside shop of a smith, and now arrived a landed proprietor who had bought this girl a few miles back, deliverable here where her irons could be taken off. They were removed. Then there was a squabble between the gentleman and the dealer as to which should pay the blacksmith. The moment the girl was delivered from her irons, she flung herself, all tears and frantic sobbings, into the arms of the slave who had turned away his face when she was whipped. He strained her to his breast and smothered her face and the child's with kisses, and washed them with the rain of his tears. I suspected. I inquired. Yes, I was right. It was husband and wife. They had to be torn apart by force. The girl had to be dragged away, and she struggled and fought and shrieked like one gone mad, till a turn of the road hid her from sight. And even after that we could still make out the fading plaint of those receding shrieks. And the husband and father, with his wife and child gone, never to be seen by him again in life? Well, the look of him one might not bear at all, and so I turned away. But I knew I should never get his picture out of my mind again, and there it is to this day to wring my heartstrings whenever I think of it. We put up at the inn in a village just at nightfall, and when I rose next morning and looked abroad, I was where a knight came riding in the golden glory of the new day, and recognized him for a knight of mine, Sir Ozana Le Cure Hardy. He was in the gentleman's furnishing line, and his missionary specialty was plug hats. He was clothed all in steel and the beautifulest armor of the time, up to where his helmet ought to have been. But he hadn't any helmet. He wore a shiny stovepipe hat, and was ridiculous. A spectacle, as one might want to see. It was another of my surreptitious schemes for extinguishing knighthood by making it grotesque and absurd. Sir Ozana's saddle was hung about with leather hat boxes, and every time he overcame a wandering knight he swore him into my service, and fitted him with a plug, and made him wear it. I dressed and ran down to welcome Sir Ozana and get his news. How is trade? I asked. Ye will note that I have but these 4 left, yet were they 16 whenas I got me from Camelot. Why, you have certainly done nobly, Sir Ozana. Where have you been foraging of late? I am but now come from the Valley of Holiness, please you, sir. I am pointed for that place myself. Is there anything stirring in the monkery, more than common? By the mass, ye may not question it. Give him good feed, boy, and stint it not, and now valuest thy crown. So get ye lightly to the stable, and do even as I bid. Sir, it is parlous news I bring, and be these pilgrims? Then ye may not do better, good folk, than gather and hear the tale I have to tell, sith it concerneth you, forasmuch as ye go to find that ye will not find, and seek that ye will seek in vain, my life being hostage for my word, and my word and message being these, namely, that a hap has happened, whereof the like has not been seen no more but once this 200 years, which was the first and last time that said misfortune struck the Holy Valley in that form by commandment of the Most High, whereto, by reasons just and causes thereunto contributing, wherein the miraculous fountain hath ceased to flow. This shout burst from 20 pilgrim mouths at once. Ye say well, good people, I was verging to it even when ye spake. Has somebody been washing again? Nay, it is suspected, but none believe it. It is thought to be some other sin, but none wit what. How are they feeling about the calamity? None may describe it in words. The fount is these 9 days dry. The prayers that did begin then, and the lamentations, and sackcloth, and ashes, and the holy processions, none of these have ceased, nor night nor day, and so the monks, and the nuns, and the founders be all exhausted, and do hang up prayers read upon parchment, sit that no strength is left in man to lift up voice. And at last they sent for thee, Sir Boss, to try magic and enchantment. And if you could not come, then was the messenger to fetch Merlin, and he is there these 3 days now, and saith he will fetch that water, though he burst the globe, and wreck its kingdoms to accomplish it. And right bravely doth he work his magic, and call upon his hellions to hie them hither and hap. But not a whiff of moisture hath he started yet, even so much as might qualify as mist upon a copper mirror, and ye count not the barrel of sweat he sweated betwixt sun and sun over the dire labors of his task. And if ye... Breakfast was ready. As soon as it was over, I showed Sir Ozana these words which I had written on the inside of his hat. Chemical Department, Laboratory Extension, Section G, PXXP, Send 2 of first size, 2 of number 3, and 6 of number 4, together with the proper complimentary details, and 2 of my trained assistants. And I said, Now get ye to Camelot as fast as you can fly, brave knight, and show the writing to Clarence, and tell him to have these required matters in the Valley of Holiness with all possible dispatch. I will well, Sir Boss. And he was off.